Ну что, всем привет. Давненько меня не было. Вот. История такова, что я лазила в Стиме и тут наткнулась на эту игруху. Вроде бы как она из моих любимых жанров по типу выборов ответов, решения судеб и всего остального. Думаю, а чё бы и нет? Чё бы вот и нет? Давно ни во что не играла на самом деле. И вообще давно меня нигде не было. Поэтому, думаю, надо взять себя в руки и хоть что-нибудь пройти. Поэтому посмотрим, что из этого получится. Ну, давайте. Надеюсь, не надо будет решать головоломки, потому что это мое слабое место. Боже, что это? Странное немножко взаимодействие, и вообще тут все. Интересно, они здесь вообще разговаривают? Нет?
This should do. How do you feel?
Стоп.
Can't complain.
Стоп. Где?
I promise. This will be the last
А
fight.
чё в смысле?
After tonight, it won't be trees anymore, but walls
Эскейп
and
не
roof.
работает.
In
Алло.
Shiring, I will find a job.
To keep his palace in shape, but maybe strengthen the town's defenses. Plain things, Tom Builder. Just walls and
Чё,
roofs.
охренели? Что за дела?
There. Took me a lifetime to find some dry ones in this wet. Why didn't we just use your staff?
Нет, это все,
The
конечно,
whole thing would have
круто.
done nicely.
Because that thing
А
is
помогите,
precious.
блядь.
It's not made to burn.
Я чё, англичанин?
And we might be able to sell it. Right, now let's see if this does the trick.
Спасибо, блин. Классно. Ой. Так, развить лагерь.
Hurry up, I'm freezing.
Подожди, дай мне разобраться.
Martha, you want to cut up some turnips? We'll be making soup.
If it helps.
Alfred, you go and look for water.
We could just eat snow.
No, it'll be proper water for my family. You sit, I'll take care of it.
You still haven't answered my question, Tom Builder. What if the bishop offered you a job like they did in Exeter? Something that is beneath your craft, but pays for a lifetime. Easy work.
Well, building something is never easy.
You know what I mean. After Exeter, you said I could create something that matters, something that stands for eternity, or I could die setting up houses and sheds. But what if houses and sheds would feed your family? Would you stay this time, or would you keep on looking?
Ну, сначала
I'd be glad to stay.
поработаем,
Would you now?
заработаем,
Just promise me
потом
you'll
можно
think about it.
переключаться на более лучшие.
Maybe we can sell the baby.
Alfred!
I'm joking. Don't listen to me.
Can you see the sun yet?
No, but Martha,
Don't distract me. I'm working.
Stupid snow. Why did it have to come down just now?
Should never have left.
Well, we're here now. Guess there's no use complaining.
Alfred.
What? Aren't you supposed to get water? I am not keen on eating rotten leaves tonight.
Alfred!
Don't mind him, dear. Boys must act tough if they want to get by.
Is that so?
No.
Hungry?
And how's my little girl holding up?
I don't have time for holding up. I have to cut up our dinner.
You're a steadfast lass, Martha.
Thank you.
Ну, ладно. Ой.
I like Salisbury.
Too hard for my fist, but my pot should break it. Houses and sheds. Walls and roofs. I'd be glad.
А, блядь. Да что такое?
Harder, Tom, harder.
Капец, я добытчик.
I should be glad.
Ну, чего ты там увидел?
Tom, what's keeping you?
Ну, ведро чё, профукал? Рак.
Beautiful.
То куда я в колючие кусты? Сейчас
Nah, no getting through there.
по-любому день тут потеряется. Оставит всех без отца. Все, вернулся.
It's just more woods down that way.
Ой.
And did you think about what I asked you?
Dreaming of building a cathedral was foolish. When we get to Shiring, I'll take the job.
Why is a cathedral so special?
Well, you've seen a few. You should know.
Yes, but there are so many already. Why do you have to build another one? Is it because God needs more houses?
May I?
If you must.
Well. Actually, a cathedral isn't so different from any other house. It always starts simple, with some walls.
And on top of that, you put a roof.
Very good. A roof to keep off the rain, and walls to keep up the roof. Together that makes one big, long, but dark room. Like a cave. So of course you may want some light coming in.
Windows.
Right. So the people inside can see what they're doing.
I think you forgot something. People can't get in if there are only walls.
Right. That's why we mustn't forget the doors. And not only doors, but a big and impressive one to let in as many people as possible.
Лучше бы титры были внизу, если
By now
честно.
we've carved
Это
quite a few
непривычно.
holes in our cathedral. Unfortunately, not every building can carry a roof like that and have so many windows.
So what do we do?
Good and solid work. That's what we do. If we don't want our cave to collapse, we have to make everything perfect. Not only strong, but consistent and perfectly even. The walls, the roof, the windows, everything perfectly proportioned.
You shouldn't say big words like proportioned when talking to a child.
What does it mean?
It means beauty. Well, it means not only will it keep them dry, I'll give them hope. Like this?
Нет, ну нет.
Mama?
Самое время.
The baby is coming.
But it's not due. Have your waters broken yet?
Soon after we started walking this morning.
You should have told me.
I'm so tired. I don't believe I can bring it into the world.
But look at all the blood.
Right, what can I do to help?
Cover me.
Will she die? She'll die, right?
Ты чё, оптимист, блин? Лучше помог чем-нибудь.
Mama.
А, я
What
как
else can I
дурак.
do?
Give the children something to do.
Children? Martha? Go and collect more wood. Let's have a bigger fire.
Let me do it. I'm quicker than her.
No, let me do it.
Ладно, иди
Alfred is
ты.
faster. He has to do it.
But I want to help too.
Show your strength and remain steadfast.
I will.
Уф. Чё еще-то?
Martha? Collect some reeds and make me 2 lengths of string, each big enough for a necklace.
What for?
You'll see.
Только не потеряйтесь там где-нибудь.
I put more wood on the fire.
Can you feel the warmth?
Yes.
Alfred. Get more water. Take snow if you must and make it warm.
Right.
Блин, как-то тупо все выглядит.
Let me cover you.
Ай. Вот вообще не время, блин.
Your hands are cold.
I could warm them for you.
No. Stay here. Please. It's not long now. Be ready.
What else can I do?
Just stay with me.
The water's warm now.
Put it next to me. Alfred. Take care of your little sister.
She's all right. She's busy. Let me help too.
It's coming. Help me, Tom.
Вы не говорите, что она будет тыкать на кнопки.
It's coming.
I can see it.
It looks horrible.
He's perfect. A perfect boy. You're still
Капец, они,
bleeding.
блин,
It's all right. It will stop soon.
полуголые в снегу.
Tom,
Yes?
thank you for being my midwife.
Только
Do
не
you remember
умирай.
the night I came to you in your lodge when you were working on my father's church?
Of course. How could I ever forget?
I never regretted giving myself to you. Never, for one moment.
Ну да,
Every time I
самое
think of
время
that
при
night,
детях.
I feel so glad.
Me too.
I hope you build your cathedral.
Нет, слова, как будто ты сейчас умрешь.
I thought you were against it.
I was. But I was wrong. You deserve something beautiful. Build a beautiful cathedral. For me.
Papa, what's wrong with her face?
Agnes. Agnes, wake up.
Классное начало истории, блин. О, а эта картина еще лучше. Что происходит? Во что я играю? Так, вы решили, что собор должен нести надежду. Вы сказали Агнес, что возьметесь за любую работу. Вы прощали Альфреду и его поведение. Вам не удалось помочь Агнес. А что можно было? Вы нашли информацию о прошлом Тома. Твою мать.
The year of our Lord 1135 had come to an end. King Henry of England, son of William the Conqueror, had died. It was a time of poverty and death. In their despair, some had come to believe Christ and all his saints had gone to sleep, and that the pillars of the earth themselves had begun to crumble.
The
Is
pony.
there no one to welcome us?
Who goes there? You just crossed the bridge, right? That'll be a farthing for you and a penny for your horse.
Monks and villagers don't have to pay a toll.
Sorry, I'm not good at this. I told Brother Paul. It's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
It is not much, but I can share this with you. I hope now it will be easier for you to fulfill your duties.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Will you take care of my horse, brother? I've come to see Prior James.
Prior James? That's him the bells are tolling for. Leave the horse here. I'll get it down to the priory later.
Что-то я бы на него не
Fish
оставляла
should go
свою
nicely
лошадь.
with that cheese.
What? Why are they ringing the bells?
Don't you know? The devil has come to Kingsbridge.
The devil has come to Kingsbridge?
Куда ты пошел?
The shape of these stones is always proof to me that, as are the shapes of leaves and snail shells, God has made them and has made them well.
Ясно. Боже, что за...
Hello?
Так быстро побежал.
I'm sure there was someone moving behind a window, but most houses are empty.
О. Цель в этой игре облапать всех коней.
Why did they lock it? Maybe the side entrance is open.
Тук-тук, блин. Что за гостеприимство такое?
Closed.
When he opened the sixth seal, I looked, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth. The moon became like blood, and the stars of the sky fell to the earth as the fig tree sheds its winter fruit when shaken by a gale.
О, вот вы где все.
Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness, the pestilence that rode in on the lightning. Did you not all feel its presence here? James did, and I. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Our beloved Prior James has served. He shall be delivered.
Prior James?
Philip.
Francis?
Shh. For many years, James has been. After the upcoming election, I vow to lead King's. Amen.
Philip, we told your brother you'd come to King.
I did not expect to see you here. I was on my way back to Gloucester and wanted to see you.
A priest working in the world of politics. You must tell us about it, Francis.
Of course.
And his brother a prior of what now? 2 years?
It's been 4 years, Cuthbert.
I see. How are things in St. John in the Forest, Philip?
Our little cell is...
Happy and healthy. Thanks to your brother, Francis. St. John in the Forest. His novices are obedient. His monk... Well, our own priory is in such a...
You know James did the best he could. It was not... Also,
Если
they
что, они
make
так
a
быстро
remarkable
разговаривают, потому
cheese
что
in
я
St.
жму.
John's.
Это не баг.
Come by the kitchen later to see us, will you?
Brother Cuthbert seemed upset.
Well, we all are. The way James died was disturbing.
Disturbing? How did Prior James die?
7 days ago, Brother Remigius, we all looked for him for hours. Then we found his footprints by the bridge and a hole in the ice.
Oh no.
No.
In the small hours of Christmas Day, he must have... We didn't even find his body.
I will pray for James. See me when you have time, Philip. I will be in the cathedral.
And I should go and see how Brother Cuthbert is doing. It's good to see you. Maybe things will get better after the chapter elects the new...
Hopefully. I will come...
So what do you think it means?
I don't know. There is no reason to punish us.
The cloth is useless, at least right now.
At least it wasn't Remigius who punished us.
Вы верите в Бога?
You look like you want to ask me something.
You are Philip of Gwynedd?
Yes, but you can call me...
You see? Told you he wouldn't mind.
Yes. Now ask him.
How about you ask him?
I already asked Brother Andrew.
That doesn't count. He wouldn't answer.
If you promise to lower your voices from now on.
Oh, of course.
We promise.
Brother Milius told us you know the scripture very well. Could you tell us about God's temple?
Brother Andrew wouldn't tell us.
Must be a place. A cathedral.
That's probably what the guest
Andrew
master was
wouldn't
talking
tell
about.
you. Why?
He got very angry with us.
We had to say the Lord's Prayer 150 times.
Each of us is God's temple, for he created us.
The guest master said Prior James destroyed God's temple.
And that you'll go to hell.
For a self-murderer, there is no salvation.
What if the devil takes our souls too?
Commit yourselves to God. Be humble and pious. Be without sin. God's grace will not allow the devil to lay hand on any of you. Prior James will face judgment. It is between him and God. Do not be afraid.
No, Brother Philip.
Thank you, brother.
Ну все, нотации прочитаны.
So, again, we're all God's temple.
Вы сказали, что будете тише, не орать.
Because...
What we have to ask ourselves is, can our Saint Adolphus still protect Kingsborough?
He couldn't protect Prior ever since that lightning struck the cathedral.
When you take over my position as sacrist, you should implore the bishop to send us a new relic. By then I'll be sub-prior. The new prior...
Я ничего не понимаю.
Also attract more pilgrims.
Philip of Gwynedd, I wanted to talk to you. How dare you disturb, brother?
I'm afraid...
Stay, brother. There's no reason you should...
I beg your... I was overwhelmed when I heard...
You should know better. Now, I'm sure at St. John's you're a good prior, but here...
You mentioned...
The election will be held in a few... when we all convene.
Let us continue this conversation later. Of course.
Because God created us in His image. That's why we...
Как все позитивно и радужно.
Brother Ronaldus, how...
Классно поживает. Что, не видишь?
Huh? What?
How are you? Are you well?
Oh, Brother Philip. It's just that the dead won't stay in.
What?
The dead. It's probably those badgers always digging up the graves.
The cloth is useless.
Ой, извиняюсь, перерыв. Перерыв. Так, я тут. Дико извиняюсь.
Francis doesn't seem to be. Maybe someone saw him leaving the cloister.
My father gave the priory a good deal of land to keep me fed. I won't eat salted fish all day.
Me neither.
Shall we go into the cellar again tonight?
Yes, Brother Mark. You still have old Cuthbert's keys?
Indeed I do. I stuffed them in the large crack in the wall.
I could do some crack stuffing myself.
Гася
I
шутки.
bet you could.
It's not the time to consult scripture. The cloth is useless. This priory is so much bigger than our small...
Ё-моё. Так, где тут трещина?
He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again.
You seem troubled, brother.
They won't sing. It's Adolphus. There was nothing, believe me.
I heard him cry. I think I heard him too.
No.
It sounded like a whip. Like he was chastising himself. It's the end of days.
Brother Philip, please help me. Prove to them that there is...
I'm happy to see you, little brother.
It's good to see you. Your hair is starting to get a bit grey.
Yours isn't. At least in this one case, I will be the one to boldly charge ahead of you.
You've always been bold. You just don't admit it to yourself.
Francis, what are you...
King Henry is dead.
I know. Word reached St. John's shortly before I left.
First the king, and now Prime.
The devil has come to King...
What?
Just something I heard. Something foolish.
And yet, these are dark times. King Henry's death caused quite a commotion in the world. There will be war.
If only we could stop the suffering.
Maybe we can. I came not just to meet you. I was sent to look for a messenger of my lord, Earl.
Here?
Farmers said the messenger was heading for Kingsbridge 2 weeks. The knight was carrying a confidential document that might change the course of the conflict. People here trust you. Maybe the monks here know something?
We will find him.
One more thing. No one can know why we're looking for the knight.
No talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something?
Locked.
Угу. Как я попаду сюда?
Did you not hear it?
I fear the crypt has been locked.
Then get the key. Brother Cuthbert should have...
There it was again. I think I heard it again.
Adolphus.
Adolphus?
Silence.
The novice said he hid the keys. They're here. I have...
I heard it. No. I heard it, I'm sure.
Hallowed be thy name.
There was
Thy
something.
kingdom come on earth
He's
as
right.
in heaven. Give us this day our... as we...
Now stop it. Concentrate.
and lead us not into... Amen. Let's see what we can find.
Мыши, крысы.
Nothing here. The saint rests. These old cathedrals are bound to...
Самый
Hello?
бесстрашный, да?
No. Even if it is Adolphus, we would have... Hello? Go!
Что это такое?
What is that? What is that? Hello? Go! Oh. An owl. The choir will be relieved to know that
А я думала,
the
сова.
brothers did hear something.
Ты что тут делаешь, дурак? На
I
Библию
will
тебе.
contemplate this.
Как ты сюда попал вообще?
God will bring with him those.
Did you not hear it?
There is no need to worry, brothers. Adolphus is resting in peace.
I told you it was not.
God bless you, Brother Philip.
I knew I heard something.
Now be silent.
We don't need to go to church for that.
No, we are the temple.
Brothers, have you two...
The Earl of Shiring was here,
And many other nobles.
It would have been a
I don't think so.
if someone had come to Kingsbridge, Brother Paul would have...
Brother Paul went back out to his toll hut.
У этого противного деда не хочу ничего спрашивать, а то сейчас начнутся вопросы.
Say, has there been...
A knight? A knight? Yes. He's here. Right here.
Do you know who he was? How did he die?
Brother Paul found him.
Where is Paul?
Down at the bridge, freezing. His walnuts off, I reckon. He talked to him. I only put him in the ground. That's all I ever do.
Do you have any idea what the knight was doing here?
Probably tried to jump off the end of the world.
What do you mean?
There is nothing here. Kingsbridge lies at the end of the road. Nobody comes here. I asked not to be disturbed.
Brother Remigius, I'm sorry.
You mean Prior James is...
Quite so. I heard he fell through the ice. Horrible.
Yes. I was the one who found his rosary by the river. Now let me continue my work.
Did a knight come to Kingsbridge with a...
Of course. Even the bishop and the earl were here for the... I held the sermon.
And...
that week I was not here. Andrew Sacrist and I travelled to...
I see.
Когда сказали оставить в покое, и ты такой 500 вопросов.
He was chased.
Chased?
The accuser.
But why would...
Better to not get involved. Don't you have your own priory cell to run?
Куда-то, а изучить все.
This priory is so much bigger than our... Why is this locked?
Why do we create temples if we are the temple?
Блин.
Isn't it almost arrogant to try and build a...
Ну что, все?
He lost his faith in the priory, but I hope not. Brother Paul?
Philip. Ouch.
What's wrong with your foot, brother?
Oh, just a chilblain.
You should have a fire.
It's all right.
Don't take it lightly. Many will die this winter for lack of food or shelter.
Remigius thinks the Lord is testing us.
Oh, no. The poor perish, and those that he has freezing out here.
Don't say anything to Remigius, will you? If he thinks I've been complaining, he'll be displeased.
Have you heard about a knight?
A knight? Yes. Just a mile away from... He must have fallen from...
Where is he now?
He died.
Did he have a name? Did he say anything?
He could not speak. I held his hand, and
Did the knight have anything with...
There was a letter. I gave it to Remigius will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers. James insisted that all his books and documents should... except for his...
What? The new prior will need those documents?
Sometimes, a few days later, Prior James... Philip, maybe I brought a curse.
How could a letter
The word of God, but what if the devil took to... What then?
Блин, надо деда согреть.
Maybe a hot stone wrapped in a cloth like this might help Paul.
Горячий камень. Ну, погнали. А где его возьму?
No, I'll stay down. I'm not good with height.
Thank you for your...
How could I not help you? The letter is probably in the... but the sub-prior is going to burn all...
What? We cannot allow that to happen.
Of course not.
Don't say that.
What is it? Can you not see that I'm...
I would like to...
And why is that?
Well, our little cell has given much. I would like to ensure that...
So you do not trust us, Philip. Is that it?
The state of...
The state of this priory is...
I still would like to see the...
Гони бумаги, сука.
Tonight.
I heard about that.
It was Prior James's last wish.
But the new prior will be lost without the ledgers and...
After the election, I'll...
For now, you are not. Only the chapter meeting can decide on these...
Of course. Brother Andrew will surely understand. If you really want to be of help, look for Brother Cuthbert's key. He's getting old. Miss...
About the
Oh, talk to Brother Andrew. He will be just as pleased as me to have you around. Now leave.
Ля, какое. Так, надо найти камень. Опа-на.
Philip!
Brother Milius.
Come!
Я думала, ты
Warm
уходишь.
yourself by the oven.
Is that Philip? Tell him to warm himself by the oven.
Thank you, brother. Ah, wonderful.
I always put some extra stones on the stove to warm up water. Put one in your pocket, you'll keep warm.
Oh? Ouch!
Careful.
Дедулька, я иду. Эть.
Nice and warm, and I didn't burn my...
I knew you could do it.
Подождите, у меня очень важное дело. Сейчас я вернусь. Дед, ты не рипнулся еще? На.
Here, Paul.
Почему он не в кухне сидит?
A hot stone.
Иди на кухню, что ты тут сидишь, дурак?
It's a mercy, Philip. Thank you.
Remigius should give you a fire, or not have you sit here at all.
I don't really mind. Winter is bound to end. Philip, if you ever run into trouble with Remy, be careful to answer him. Do not stay silent.
Silent?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. He becomes weak and defensive. It's not fitting for a sub-prior, let alone prior.
Я потеряла нить. Надо молчать или не молчать?
This hot stone is a...
Так.
What did you say again about
Nothing makes him angrier. It's not fitting for...
Молчать, да? Наверное,
I have to leave. Remigius told me that Brother Andrew might... He wasn't happy, but I can't just allow the priors... But
I better not get involved.
It's getting cold. When will these novices learn to close the door?
Milliers? Why do you keep...
Oh, it reminds me that we should strive for... I started collecting some seeds and nuts because I wanted to start...
A good idea.
I never got around to collecting more, though. If you find some, let me know.
Имена.
You keep everything nice and tidy.
It's not easy. This morning, one of my ladles broke. That's never... Everything is full.
Prior James had a document I would like to see.
It's probably amongst the things that Remigius is going to burn.
Oh no.
He's in the prior's room. Maybe you can talk him out of it.
Угу, мы уже там были.
Remigius told me to have Andrew arrange a chapter meeting. That's the only way to save James.
Then there's hope. But, Brother, you'll have to be stubborn too when you talk to him.
Hard at work, as usual.
I have to serve salt fish 6 times a week now.
We hear you have fresh fish every day at your cell in the forest.
Every other day, we even have poultry.
You have done wonderful work at St. John's. We, on the other hand, had a weak prior for 13 years. What you worked hard for at St. John's is wasted here in the...
After the election, the new prior ought to put things right.
Remigius?
Who would vote for Remigius? He would be no better than Prior.
He is the sub-prior, and he made promises to... He's about to burn all the books and documents, including the priory's ledgers.
Remigius says James asked for everything to be burnt after his death.
So I've heard.
Without the ledgers, the Priory's finances will be beyond saving. Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert.
I refuse. I'm too old.
No one else dares to follow in Prior James's footsteps.
Тогда это буду я.
Not since he began talking to the devil.
What?
One day he started talking to the devil, as if there were He was bargaining with the devil for his soul, whispering about his sins.
His sins? Did you see a knight in Kingsbridge?
You mean, aside from the nobles attending the Christmas service? No, I don't remember.
We'll talk more later.
Какой же длинный диалог с тобой, дядь. С этим, наверное, еще длиннее.
Brother Cuthbert.
Ah, we were waiting. I hope you brought some of that wonderful cheese you make at St.
Why would you do that?
He said it's not easy doing the Lord's work when you...
Greedy brother Marcus.
You are too trusting, Philip.
I'm looking for a document that was given...
It's probably in the...
Brother Cuthbert, you seem worried.
Prior James was a kind, but the Priory is in...
Philip knows. He was just too kind to say anything.
Yes, I know. I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk with Prior James about...
We should be rich. The Priory has much land and collects from many, but we are in debt. Our novices steal from us, Philip.
The novice?
Yes. Someone took my keys. But someone used them to steal food from the cellar, more than once. Today I found something missing.
Cuthbert, I believe...
Where did you find them?
The thief hid them in the cathedral.
That is a sacrilege. Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I will think about it.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
Let us continue another time.
Of course.
Of course. Спасти бумаги от огня. Чё делать-то? Клауатр.
Why not? We wouldn't be here
Так.
if it weren't for the cathedral. It feeds
Я
us.
запутался. Так. Гостевой дом. По-моему, я там не была. Дом для собраний. Дом приора. Приора.
We are people of God.
Так.
No need to lock the guest house.
Ну,
No need to lock.
да вы поняли. Что, опять к этому, что ли?
That way I won't get Andrew to organize a chapter meeting.
Кто такой Эндрю для начала? Может быть,
Yes,
это мой
we need to
брат?
meet too.
Фрэнсис. Господи.
That way I won't get Andrew to organize a chapter.
Ай, куда идти?
The letter is not around here.
Ремигий.
That way I won't get that.
Эндрю.
We come together here. The pilgrims donate. So do the nobles.
А, не туда. Я запутался.
I see.
Ты Эндрю. Ага.
We can't allow Prior James's books to be burned.
That, Philip, was Prior
This priory is, and without the ledgers and documents, that will. Besides, the wisdom in his books is priceless.
It is not up to you to make decisions in this prior.
Do not domineer over those in your charge, but be an example.
1 Peter chapter 5. You are right. You shall argue your case in front of the brothers in a chapter meeting today.
Thank you, Brother Andrew.
When I'm done here, I will tell all the monks to come to the chapter house.
Would it help if I went and told some of them?
Feel free to do that, but I insist that the choir finishes practicing before.
Блин. Я забыла, про кого дед говорил.
We must take good care of us. And our cathedral.
There will be a chapter meeting in a...
Oh, yes. We will.
Thank you for letting us know.
Дедулька, напомни мне, с кем там молчать надо-то? Надо-то... А, дед, кстати, ты должен прийти тоже. Тоже. Так, напомни мне. Ремигий. Это, наверное, тот...
Have you heard about a knight?
Oh, yeah. Just a mile away from the priory. He must have fallen from it.
Where is he now? Did he have...
Мы уже видели, слышали.
I heard about it.
Бла-бла-бла-бла.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Have faith in the Lord, Brother Paul. You did well.
Thank you, Philip.
There will be a chapter meeting.
Ah, thank. Remember my advice.
Хорошо, спасибо. Так, кому-то там еще надо.
There will be a chapter...
You convinced, Andrew? We will be there. You have our support.
Спасибо. Так, ключи все еще у меня, значит, где-то что-то надо будет опять открыть. Открыть. Так, на кладбище. Ой! Ой, извиняюсь.
Brother Arnaud. There's a chapter meeting
Today, I'll be there. Wouldn't miss that.
A waste of time.
Потеря времени.
Brother Andrew has arranged a...
Yes, please go ahead. We will be there.
The sacrist agreed to a meeting. That way I might be able to get the letter you were looking...
Good thinking, Philip. I will attend, of course.
No,
Не
I'm not...
хочешь, да? Куда мне еще можно деть? Деть. Слышь ты.
Oh.
You really believe that...
Some of the brothers do. We may never know what happened, and that's that. Now let me get back to my work.
I would like...
And
I would...
So you do not...
The state...
The state... They will be burnt.
I heard.
It was...
But...
After
Опять надо книжонкой надо тыкнуть. Я ж это взяла уже. Не буду сдавать. Или надо бы, потому что он как бы пидорас. Сами разбираются. Розничий. Бляха, кто такой розничий?
The choir has finished singing. Are you ready for the... If you have any other business to take care of, the meeting could take...
I'm not ready.
Let me know when we must...
Это вот что за хрень появилась? Ризничий, господи. Собрание братьев, чтобы сохранить.
We can't allow...
That Philip was...
This...
Бла-бла-бла, это уже было. Почему оно опять горит?
What? You are right. You... When I'm...
Блин, ну мы вроде бы всех пригласили. Ладно, погнали.
The chapter meeting is...
Of course, but there is one more matter I need to address. We are still looking for the man who stole cut. Do you know who the thief is?
Ой, ой, знаю. Блин. А похуй.
It was Brother Marcus. I heard him confess to another novice.
Brother Mark. Sub-Prior Remigius will punish him for his... Now, let us be...
Доносчик мне дали. Ачивку. А вот нехрен вот.
And this is why Prior James's wish must not be honored. Kingsbridge Priory would be beyond saving without financial records.
I think we have all understood the reason, but before we come to a decision...
I would like to know why you would doubt the wisdom in Prior James's decision.
Maybe you didn't know him as well as we did, Philip. I can say I knew him well. We all here knew him. So did you know him?
How wise was Prior James?
Philip, you are going too far.
Brothers, be quiet.
Brother, let's hear what he has to say.
Let Philip speak.
Oh, heavens.
Мне кажется, я какую-то хуйню сделала.
Hear him out, brothers. I was stubborn as well, but he made me...
Well, that's not an easy thing to do.
Yes.
I owe James much. He was the one who asked me to take care of St. John.
One of the most prosperous cells in all of Shiring, if not...
It was a wise decision then.
But his last wish was not? Well, was it? What are you waiting for? Answer me.
А не буду. Иди в жопу. Мы сказали молчать.
What are you trying to achieve with your silence? You waste our time.
Prior James was a troubled man.
Yes, he left the priory in the dead of night.
God was testing Prior James.
В какой момент надо молчать?
I say the devil chased him. Do you doubt that? Do you doubt that, Philip? Surely you must have an answer. I know because Prior James confided in me.
Блядь.
Your silence is offensive. You came to talk, so talk.
Prior James will face judgment. It is between him and God.
The novices would be better advised not to speak up.
Philip is a good man. He was the only one to say I should have a fire.
But did he do anything besides talk?
Yes, he brought me a hot stone.
That's our Philip.
Philip, you've been holding your tongue. Maybe you think you have already convinced everyone here. But why don't you tell us the real reason you have come before us? You not only came to save these books, you have another motivation, do you not? We deserve the truth. What are your true intentions?
I am here only to help this priory.
This priory, of course. I say it is not a coincidence that he should make his shortly after James's...
What are you saying, Brother Remigius?
This is not about James. It is...
No. I came here to...
I think that is a wonderful idea. I nominate Philip of Gwynedd to be the new prior of Kingsbridge.
Обосрался. Блин, это, конечно, жестко было. Я не знаю, в какие моменты молчать, а в какие отвечать.
That's surprising.
Great idea. Philip.
Brother Philip, do you accept the nomination?
Thank you for your kind offer, but we would not want to impose on you, Brother Remigius.
Oh, but I insist. I will help you.
No, you really must not.
Происходит.
We don't have much time. Evening Mass will begin soon.
Should I not have accepted the
You've never been good at saying no, and Milius is right.
What about St.
I will ride there tomorrow. I will let them know you will be staying in Kingsbridge. Thanks to you, these documents and books. Now we have to find that letter.
You truly think the letter can...
If the message says what I think it says, then... Now, let us look.
Оп, неожиданно.
Francis, I think I found it.
Сразу же.
In the Bible?
Revelations, the Apocalypse of St. John. And they called to them, fall on us and hide us, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of their wrath has come. The Lamb? What was James afraid of?
No, the letter is still sealed. Break the seal. Oh, this is it. You found it.
The Earl of Shiring is about to start a war.
Yes. He's made contact with my own master.
Who is this King Stephen that has taken the throne?
A nephew of King Henry. Do you ever think of the day our parents died?
Francis, you know
I know. It's just that I think of them all the time. The church suffered under his rule as much as we did. And Philip, you have to show this letter to the bishop.
The Bishop of Kingsbridge?
Our late King Henry was opposed to Rome's in King Stephen, on the other hand, swore to preserve the rights and privileges of the church, and we can help.
You want the bishop to help the new king?
I want a king who supports the church. I want these I want to stop the Earl of Shiring. He could set the whole of England on fire. My lord the Earl of Gloucester can never know what... You must not tell the truth about how or where you got this letter.
Ну, хз. Ну, хзшная. Ну, блин. Я вообще ничего не понимаю, кто, за кого, чего. Принимаю.
You really think the bishop will help?
Tell him you found the letter by coincidence.
And if he does not believe me, what then?
He will believe you. The question is, will he really try to stop? I will ride to St. John's and tell your monks you will stay.
What if the Earl of Shiring finds out what I'm doing? What if the bishop tells him?
Philip, calm down.
I'm a simple monk. Who am I to talk?
Итак, вы помогли Фрэнсису раскрыть заговор против короля. Вы стали одним из кандидатов. Вы согласились встретиться с Вы донесли на вора. Вы отдали горячий камень. Вы пока не добились уважения Ремигия. Вы нашли послание на мельнице. Какой я молодец. О, ты кто, Рыжик? Кто я? Где я? Куда идти? Ну, а туда как? Оп. Ёпс туды. Бля. О! Вот я лох. Дубль 2. Давай, мы должны пожрать сегодня. Это для лохов, да, вторую подлиннее сделали?
Yes.
Это девка или что за голос какой-то женский был? Да бери и пошли.
My name is Jack. For a long time, it was the only name I had known. I was born and raised in a cave by my mother. We were used to getting by, but that year the winter had been harsh. I was proud to have killed my first deer that day. And while waiting for Mother to help me cure it, I decided to practice my reading.
The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting in Spain. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. Before him not a single fort remains. Before him not a single fort remains.
Afternoon was approaching fast, and Mother still hadn't returned. So, if I wanted to cure the meat, I had to do it on my own. Else it would all go to waste.
There he is. Charles the Great, the protector of my town. You're coming with me. I can't eat it raw. I need to cure it. Meat goes bad fast. Huh?
Ну, сейчас мамка рипнется, да? О, знакомое место. Вообще без палева.
Good. He hasn't seen you. Who is he? A whip. That's what he is. A whip? That means he's someone bad. I told you about people like him. Is he a priest? Almost. He's a... although not an ordinary one. Maybe an official. I don't like... He looks nice though. He's smiling. Listen, Cub. I am sorry. I know there's so much you want to know, but for now, we mustn't stay hidden. And never trust a man of God. Least of all his companions. You'll either end up in a monastery. Get down.
Easy now, it's just someone little. No need to be afraid.
I'm going to follow him. You go home and wait for me, little cub.
Какой милый. А там трупак. Ну, на.
Mother?
Валим отсюда. О, здорово.
Don't move. Bloody outlaw. Where's the baby? Did you eat it? Hey. What's this?
Give it back.
What do you want with this? You can't read.
Give it back.
Leave the boy be, Alfred.
He took the baby. I saw him take Mother's cloak. He's the only one around. Who else would have taken...
Wolves.
A monk took it.
A monk?
Yes, on a horse.
Is that true? Where did he go?
He should take us there.
Leave him alone. He's just a boy.
What is your name, boy?
Jack.
Do you live in these woods, Jack? Then you know this place better than us. Please. I don't know why I left the child. I thought I couldn't take care of him alone, but I cannot leave him to die either. I have to know if he's all right.
Папаша года.
Will you help us?
He doesn't want to. Can we go now?
Just give him a moment, dear.
You will help us, and don't try and run, or you'll feel my hammer.
What did he say?
He said he's coming with us.
Thank you. You're a good lad. I owe you.
Тянули на ровном месте. Слышь? Отдай книгу, педрила. Мать моя, это что такое?
For now, I had no choice. The girl was sobbing, while her father remained tense but quiet. The boy kept on pushing me, which confused me greatly. I had never been hated before.
Что делать-то?
The monk had crossed a small stream, or he had followed its course north, which would have led him towards the next village. Either way, the tracks ended at a riverbed as evening was fast approaching. The stream led us to a more convenient crossing. Here, one could easily pass without getting drenched in icy water. Suddenly, the boy called out. So, we crossed the river, the boy cheerfully mocking my skills as a...
А мать? Придет такая, сына нет.
What is it?
He got us lost.
Did you?
Papa, I'm tired.
That's all right. Come on, up on my shoulders you go.
No, I'm too heavy, and I will remain.
You should all get some rest. Alfred, stay here with them while I take a look ahead.
No, don't go.
I won't be far, dear. Besides, you can do me a favour. Have an eye on the lads and make sure they get some sleep.
All right.
See? You are steadfast.
You stay where I can see you while my sister rests.
Ой, какой
And no
жесткий.
tricks.
Ай, блядь.
Ха.
Пусть спит. То начнет на меня пиздеть. Узнать, что скрывает туман.
Huh? What is it?
Don't be scared.
I'm not. I don't like you. Tell me, why do you care about your book so much? Wait, where is it? You sneaky thief.
You took it first.
You're an animal. You don't even know what it is.
Охренел.
I'm not an animal. I'm a hunter.
A hunter?
Boar, duck, deer,
So you are an outlaw. No one's allowed...
The king?
Yes, the king. You've never even heard about him, have you? You own...
The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting in Spain. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. Before him, not a single fort remains.
What are you rambling on about?
It's from the book.
Hey, you see that? Over there in the fog.
Олень.
What is it?
A deer. It broke through the ice and died.
Children! Martha, wake up, dear.
Who's she?
Come here, Jack.
Did you find him?
Yes, dear, we did.
The baby is safe. The monk brought it to a small cell not far from here.
But we won't go there now. Ellen offered us shelter for tonight.
I have. Follow me.
Что за хрень? Почему она предложила им переночевать врагам, типа? Вы чё?
If I'd known you lived this close, my Agnes might have been safe.
Или это знакомые?
When a woman is bleeding inside, it either stops or it doesn't. All you can do is keep her warm, and you did that. I'm sorry, but the living must take care of the living. Jack, give the children some soup, will you? Will you be able to get work soon?
Hard to say. People don't usually hire a new master builder in winter. Too cold for stirring water. Sometimes you get lucky.
Thank you, Jack.
Not this year.
Мне кажется, они будут мутить. Девочка с пацаном.
Some time ago, I had work in Exeter. They offered me the post of builder for the Castellan to keep the walls and defences in shape. It would have kept me busy for the rest of my life. We would have lived like bishops.
What happened?
I refused. All I cared about was working on a cathedral again.
You can do better than to build churches.
Well, I worked on one
Ладно,
once.
ладно, так и быть.
That was good
Тут
work.
сам себе не может налить.
I won't ramble
Дырок.
now. But if you ask Martha, she'll tell you everything about it.
You know, a man like you should not beat himself.
No. No.
Women die in labour. Men abandon their children. It is rare that they return.
Is that what happened to you and your son?
No. That is an altogether different story. One I haven't even told Jack yet. All I can say is, I raised him alone in this cave, outside of town law. Just us and the forest.
How do you get by?
We hunt, we gather. It works well enough for us two to survive. We almost would have had meat today too. But it started to rot before we could cure it.
Почему вокруг же холод?
Eat well, children. You'll need your strength.
And so do you, Master Builder. Go on, tuck in.
I will. Thank you. Well, they're asleep now. So, what is it?
I told you that the monk had taken the baby to a small cell near... It's true, but I advise you to stay away from there.
What? Why?
Because you abandoned it. That counts as murder.
Then I have to steal. I have to own up to what I've done. I have to take...
Think for a moment. You have been... A baby needs a lot of care. More than your other children. How will you feed him?
But what am I to do then? Live? I don't know a thing about hunting. I'm a mason. Even in a castle I'm more at home than here.
Leave the baby with the monks. He'd be warm and fed. You wouldn't have to carry him while you look for work. And when you do find something, you can come back and fetch him.
I don't know. Since Agnes died, I don't know anything anymore.
You're a good man, Tom Builder. You're kind and gentle. You also don't have to go through this alone, you know.
Jack and I will have to leave this place soon. The winter is too cruel. We could all travel together.
I don't know. I have my hands full with my children already.
I can help you take care of them. If you promise to teach my son how to get along in the world of men. We may be strangers now, but we would be at each other's side, helping out however we can.
The living must take care of the living.
Yes.
That night I dreamed of a strange world. In that dream I was happy. I tightly held my mother's hand, watching the kind giant and learning his mysterious ways.
Да блять. Вы наткнулись на Тома Строителя и его семью. Вы налили суп сначала Марти. Альфред признал вас. Вы захотели поскорее покинуть лес. Ну, сейчас, наверное, последнюю пройдем. И пока на этом все. Коняшка.
Who am I to approach the bishop at dusk like a thief?
Блин, вот это классно, типа мысли.
My pony needs to be fed soon. Should I take some? I will take just a couple.
Поня. А чё они там лежат? Животному надо есть.
There you go.
А чё?
You're still hungry, aren't you?
А чё? Ничего.
Oh, why must I be? I trust Francis. He knows about these things.
Что-то, мне кажется, зря мы доверились Фрэнсису.
How can I help you?
I have come to see the...
Who, may I tell the bishop, is visiting?
I am Philip of...
And what may I tell The bishop insists that I ask.
I am afraid I can only tell the bishop himself.
The bishop wishes to know beforehand.
In this case, we will have to make an...
Wait here.
А то мало ли сейчас пойдет. Расскажет там всем.
I may lead only a small cell, but that does not mean my matters are of less importance. The bishop might be watching. I'd better stay on the path.
Ну ладно. Что, опять постучать?
Did I not tell you to wait?
Oh.
Come in, the bishop.
Ну а чё? Hello.
Philip of Gwynedd.
The Right Reverend Bishop Wailerin.
Please, sit down.
Thank you, Right Reverend.
Please, call me Wailerin. It seems you were a little... But of course, there is nothing wrong with... I hear you've done good work at that little cell in the forest.
I'm surprised you know.
As bishop, I am the ex officio, so I am bound to take...
Well, God has blessed us in St. John.
I wish God would confer similar blessings on... Tell me, Prior Philip, what brings you? Timothy said that you will only tell me... Please, I take all the time...
Thank you. Old Bartholomew of Shiring, do you know him well?
As bishop, I am much involved in politics, though of course the church can never be involved. Bartholomew is a stubborn man. He is opposed to any suggestions from me, and
I heard the same about the Earl of...
How do you know of this? Ah, your brother Francis is working for Earl Robert of Gloucester.
No, I heard at a guest house. Unfortunately, I rarely see...
You both must be very busy indeed. But why are you bringing up politics? Tell me, Philip, why are...
Was I wrong to come to you, my bishop? Maybe I should have taken the letter to the sheriff of...
Eustace is ungodly, arrogant, grasping, and corrupt. Philip, how did you get this letter?
I found it among Prior James's documents in Kingsbridge. I am staying there for a few days.
Prior James. May he rest in peace. Did he not order everything?
You know about...
Sub-Prior Remigi.
I asked them not to burn James's book.
Well, and there...
Yes.
Мне кажется, он подозрительный
Timothy,
тип.
leave us.
Тимати.
And did you find...
No, just the letter. The messenger carrying it had an accident and died near...
Лицо у него подозрительное.
God thunders wondrously with his...
He does great things that we... The book of Job. But this is not the work of God.
You are truly the man I have. I will call on friends of mine. Pray for us that we can put an end to Bartholomew's plan. You did a brave thing for our church, Brother Phil. A brave thing indeed. You'll go back to Kingsbridge Priory now and forget about the sheriff, won't you?
I will.
And don't speak of this to anyone there.
I shan't.
Ох, чую, дело пахнет писюнами. Подстава, подстав. Я запуталась, что делать теперь? Кто наебунькивает, а кто нет?
The bishop might be watching. Time to go back. You're still hungry, aren't you? I'd better feed her before we leave.
Что, опять яблоко взять?
I already took some. I shouldn't take...
А чё еще тогда? А чё еще? А чё еще?
Such a grand... Such a...
Чё в смысле?
Soon it will be night. My pony should be fed. Do I just take some?
Да, конечно, брать.
My pony needs to...
Авай, мой верный скакун.
Here.
Надеюсь, меня потом за это не повесят.
Time to leave, old friend.
Этот
Did you pack
сюжет
enough
мне
food?
намного интересней, чем
I
эти
don't want you
ваши
to starve,
монахи.
Alfred.
You mean those rock-hard nuts? Yeah, I took some.
Anyone seen Martha?
She said she had to piss.
All right. I'll go get her.
You're a mason too, right?
Uh-huh.
So, what have you built so far? I'm sure Jack would love to hear about your work.
Houses. I mostly carve rocks. I
О,
haven't
ты
built
тут?
much yet.
They're looking for you.
I don't want to leave. It's so dangerous out there. I don't want to get robbed again.
My mother will protect you.
She's strong, isn't she? Papa usually protects me. But he can't always be around.
Закинем удочку наперед, ага. Ну, это тоже.
You need to learn to defend yourself.
I want to, but I'm still so... And I want to stay here where it's safe.
This knight is Charles the Great. He will protect you.
Oh. Am I his princess?
You are. Together, you are brave and smart and will never give up.
All right. I have to stay steadfast. Thank you, Jack.
Come on. We're going on a great quest.
On our way, I told Martha the names of my trees. There was the birch, Jerusalem, and the oaks, Alexandria and Byzantium. When I pointed out Rome, she laughed and named an apple tree Southampton. The farther we walked, the merrier. Finally, we arrived at a large road. This heads towards Shiring. By noon, we had reached the edge of town. Mother gave us some dry prunes to chew while she argued with Tom whether we should head directly to town or park.
ХЗ.
As we approached the building, Tom noticed the cold in Mother's eyes. Although she had agreed to accompany him to the bishop, she had remained quiet about her true feelings, while Tom didn't. A servant to the Bishop of Shiring agreed to talk to Tom. He was hesitant, but not unwilling to hire a master builder for the winter. His expression changed, though, when "I am sorry," he said, not unkindly. "Maybe the Earl of Shiring will hire you. His castle is nearby, and I heard he may be in dire need of people like you." He smiled encouragingly.
You don't know me. You're misjudging whatever it... I'm willing to forgive your mistake if you...
This is all about family honor to you, isn't it? Perhaps I should tell you about my mother. She was a happy person who loved to laugh and tell stories, but father made her miserable. Oh, he's not a bad man, but solemn and strict. She hated him so much she died from it.
Are you saying you don't like me?
You're so self-centered. You never think about anyone else's feelings. You have no refinement, and you can barely read. What were you expecting?
One day you will see that you are wrong, and then I won't be so forgiving.
All right. Let's hope it's true.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Alfred, keep an eye out. I'll be right back. And boys, try to get along.
An eye out for what?
Papa wants him to look for things that are broken.
Some people don't know they need a mason until you show them.
Papa could fix their walls or build a house.
One man can build an entire house? I want to see.
Learn what you can, but don't stray too far.
Ugh. Why won't anyone just give me something to eat?
Jack, be careful. Don't get too close.
Hello, Jack. Have you ever been to a...
No.
Castles are very safe places. People don't rob you.
Mother told me stories about castles, about
Oh, like what?
like the one about Tristan and Isolde. They drank a potion and had to love each other for 3 years.
I know that one. Jack, do you think there's a princess in this castle? It would be so nice to see a real princess one day.
Stay sharp, Jack. People are rarely what they seem. See that knight over there? What does he look like to you?
He looks like a small bear.
True, but even small bears can have an appetite for blood. Just because we are out of the forest, that doesn't mean there are no wolves about.
Hey, boy, come here. Say, what do you think about Tom?
He's nice.
Well, let me tell you something. He may seem nice, but he really doesn't care about anyone but himself. Whatever you do, he doesn't care. He'll just drag you into his own misery. So take my advice. If you and your mother want to stay, you better learn to shut up and put yourself second. That's all I'm saying.
Нихуахуа, жестко. Есть дело. Просто тебе так кажется, милок.
I can't believe the Earl allowed his daughter to refuse him. How scandalous.
Well, William Hamley is an idiot. I wouldn't marry him either. She deserves someone better. Such a very bright and charming girl.
No, she's an arrogant one, just like her father.
Don't see that. It's not arrogance. It's nobility. You have to be like that if you want people to respect you.
I agree.
Hello,
Will do fine.
my name is Jack.
It's the Earl's son I'm more worried about. To think that coward is set to be next in line.
At least he knows how to order people around.
Right. What a brat.
Are you knights?
We are? Why, you want to be like us?
Like you?
Tell you what, snatch us some food from the keep, and we might train you.
Very good. That should be a valuable first lesson.
Watch your step, you little twit.
Don't mind him, boy. That's just William Hamley. He
Oh,
was
not
hoping for a
Hamley.
princess, but all he got was a boot.
What's he doing? Do you think he forgot something?
His dignity, perhaps?
Look, you strike me as an honest worker.
Then something else, maybe? I heard rumours that...
Well, unfortunately, it's not built. Actually, it's quite...
I understand. Thank you for your consideration. Walk with me, boy.
Нифига, даже никто не скажет, что я спиздила.
I'm sorry, boy. The Lady Aliena won't see any of his.
Lady Aliena?
A charming young woman. She lived...
Like a princess?
Well, no. Although I suppose she would make a split. For now, she is just the Earl of Shiring's daughter.
I want to see the lady.
My, you are just as rude as her previous visitor, aren't you? All want but no manners.
Can I see her?
May I see?
May I?
As I said already. At least not any scoundrels. Not after that Hamley boy tried to propose. She'd rather enjoy some quiet than another wide-eyed piglet who thinks... Now, don't start singing.
May I see the lady?
I told you, she is not in the mood. She prefers someone a little more...
Hamley?
Yes, Percy Hamley's son, William. And farewell to you.
We have followers all over the south of England.
Of course.
A title doesn't guarantee anything.
I don't understand. Is that why you sent all those letters?
We only know what's happening in the south, but Earl Robert is in the west.
Together we control the entire...
Not all of it, but we have messengers in place to keep us informed. Now, be quiet for a moment.
Какая глазастая. О май гад. Хрена ты, охреневший.
No. The Earl is busy.
You there! What do you want? My father and I have important business.
Грубияны.
Stop right there. I'm sorry, boy. The lady...
Ну и ладно. И тут есть еще что-нибудь стырить?
So, have you heard about anyone else who might need a mason?
Last summer they were building at the monastery in Shafts.
Дядь, привет. Бухаешь?
What is it, boy? You just want to stand there and stare? Let's see what you've got.
Are you a knight?
No talking. That'd be cheating.
Ну ладно.
You're good. Could kill a boar with that stare. Pierce it like an... Ever tried that, boy? Stare a boar...
No, but I can kill a deer with a...
You know what had happened to a boy who claimed he'd killed a deer?
Only the king is allowed to, right?
Aye, or the queen for that matter. Whoever has their arse on the bloody throne and... Used to be that anyone could hunt, but these are proper times now. Decent and orderly. At least when it comes to butchering deer, that is.
Will you be fighting?
Why are you asking? All right, let me tell you a secret. What color is your shite, boy?
What?
Brown.
Nice. Mine's grey, like ash. But that's a secret, isn't it? For my shite's colour is neither your nor anyone else's business. So you'd better keep that to yourself. Got it?
Капец.
Will you be fighting?
Still, what's...
А что?
Grey.
Let's try that again.
Grey.
Let's try that again. What's my shite's... Excellent. Looks like you can keep your mouth shut after want to be in on the real. And just say the words. What's your bloody...
What's your bloody secret, Catfish?
Well put, boy. Well put. But we are all going to fight soon. It's for a thing. See, all these knights are loyal to one man, and he is loyal to another. And he then is loyal to yet another, a woman, who is the rightful queen of the English. For some here, loyalty's all about coin and favours and power. But for me, it's all about whom I trust, whom I'd follow all the way to hell for all the right reasons. Going to hell together with confidence and trust. It's what's holding this...
Самая философская жизнь.
You understood my little
Ой,
secret?
фраза.
Good.
Do you need a maid?
Me? Well, these battlements settlements could use a fresh stone or two, but apart I don't know a bloody thing about building. All I care about is a good sturdy wall and some hot tar to keep my enemies warm. That reminds me of a story.
Какой ты общительный, а?
But back in my
Ой,
day, I was also quite the stealthy bastard, if I
так
may say
быстро.
so. So this one time, me and my men lay siege. While both sides rested for the night, I took my crowbar and swam over. There was this piece of wall where the mortar had gone away, and one could easily. So what did I do? I smoothly tore a hole with my. Then, what you want to do is hit them where it really hurts. That's not always the groin. In this case, it was their old well barely standing up. So, one kick, and all its rocks tumbled. From then on, they were without water. The shortest sea, and not one man died. All because I had an eye on the wall and made good use.
That's what knights do?
Knights do a lot of things.
How did you end?
I looked for a wall where the mortar was gone. I kicked in their ramshackle. What a strange boy.
Это я-то странный. Ай, ой.
Even a fool can see these buildings need work. If the Earl's not worrying about his stalls and his kitchen.
Did you know there's a prince?
Well, I heard the Earl has a daughter, but that's about it.
Alfred is.
What?
He says you're selfish and don't care about him.
Thank you for telling me, Jack. I will talk to him later.
Ой, чё пиздов дадут? Ну а чё? Пусть решают свои проблемы.
They refuse.
Oh, just because work rarely falls into one's lap, that doesn't. I'll give this place a look over while you tell your mother to be. I'm going to talk to some. And if you see something I can fix.
There is one.
What?
There is a princess here.
Oh, show me.
Что, так легко?
My lady,
Тут дети
Yes,
хотят на вас
Matthew?
посмотреть.
there are two children downstairs, desperately
Всё
wanting to see
серьезно?
you.
Children?
A rather cheerful little girl and an annoying boy.
Well, considering that it is my role to tend to my father's guests.
Your father let you renounce a wedding. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you declined this as
But a cheerful little girl.
and an annoying boy.
We will get along. You may bring them up. Oh, it's you. I noticed you and your parents from my window. What can I do for you? You're quite shy, aren't you? Would you like something to eat?
But they won't serve food yet.
They do what I tell them. I will have Matthew get you some bread.
Yes, please. Where's your mother?
My mother died.
Aren't you sad?
I was, but that was a long time ago. My brother Richard can't even remember her.
My mother's dead too.
When did she die?
Last week.
Oh. Who's that woman with you then?
That's my mother.
And where's your father?
I never had a father.
Where did you come from then?
Капусте
From
нашли.
my mother. All young things come from their mothers. What have fathers got to do with it?
Какой милый мальчик.
I think you should have a word with your mother. Come on, I want to show you something.
Как-то странно они себя ведут. Такая прям открытая принцесса. Давайте покажу вам, расскажу.
Have you ever been up this high before?
No. Wow. All the people at... You must be up here every day.
I used to, but nowadays I try to hold...
Why?
We are about to make some great enemies. If our first assault fails, they may want to lay siege to our castle, so I will have to get used to staying up here for a long while. I suppose this view will bore me soon enough. Till then, I'm trying to keep it special.
And you're sharing it with us. I don't think that I'd ever get bored by this.
Come on, let's go back down. Matthew will take you to your parents.
How did it go?
Oh, she was so pretty. Don't you agree, Jack?
The Lady Aliena thinks...
Here?
Where did you get that?
Just eat it.
I can see we're going to be...
Ну, мужик, походу мы не найдем тебе работу.
Lady Aliena is...
An attack? So the Earl is planning... That's very helpful, Jack. Now, why didn't you help me find some damage to the castle? The Earl might not want to fight if his defenses are...
А, блядь, ты серьезно? Что я тебе тут высмотрю?
Are you a nut?
I would have risked my life for nothing if all I was supposed to do was bake bread. Be warned, lad. Get a job that pays. Not one where you have to pay for a new horse every time someone kicks. Being a knight costs you, especially when you're also... Damn. Phone. Come on. The keep is right up there. You want to become a knight, don't...
А все, вкуснятины не будет. Блин. Чё, так можно было? Твою мать. Как отсюда спуститься? Вы чё, гоните?
Have you found Tom?
He's still trying to get work.
Then you should go back to him and learn how he succeeds.
What if he fails?
Well, he is stubborn and proud. Whatever.
Huh?
How did you...
I looked for...
Ну, начинается.
Look, the boy's swinging it. Oh, don't worry. Nothing ever hits me.
Blimey, wish I was you.
Да ёпта.
Nice slingshot. You better put it away before you hurt somebody.
Чё Что делать-то, ё-моё? Ладно, остановимся, наверное, пока на самом интересном месте. На интригующей ноте. Сейчас еще попробую к этому подойти.
What is it, boy?
What do you need?
It pays. It buys shelter and not everyone can live in a...
No?
No. People need to be around people. Like the laws in towns, or... If everyone did whatever they liked, things...
You can build cars.
Oh, if I have the money and... Maybe one day I'll show you how it's...
What are you looking?
Something to convince the Earl that keeping things the way they are... Could be something small, like washed out mortar. Yeah, I need to see the hole before I can cut.
Can't you work somewhere else?
Not if we want to eat tonight.
Вот оно чё, Михалыч.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care.
Your cost.
Good thing it's still...
Ты чё?
А?
А? Чё, идти к графу, получается? То ли. Донжон.
If you want something...
Мэтью. А, Мэтью.
Your castle is broken.
I'd say that was for the adult.
Ты чё? Назад. Да ёпта.
Your castle is.
I'd... If you want something...
Так тебе бесполезно обращаться, дурак.
The battlements are broken.
I noticed that. Anything else?
There is a wall without mortar,
If that's true, you have a vet.
and the well is in back.
It is? Yeah, very good, Jack. Well, that should do for now. Now, stay sharp. You did a very good job, son. Now, come along. You deserve to see if it works.
Look, I'd like to give you work, but we...
I just hope you're not expecting a siege soon.
Why do you say that?
Your defences are in bad repair.
Be specific, man.
The mortar in your walls has come away in place. This leaves an opening for a crowbar, and once there's a hole, it's easy to pull the...
Anything else?
Yeah. The keep has an undercroft with a wooden door. If I were attacking the keep, I'd go through that door and stop.
And if you were the Earl, how would you prevent it?
I'd have a pile of stone ready shaped and a supply of and a mason standing by ready to block up that doorway in times of danger.
Matthew, may I have a word with you?
Вот так вот.
Well, we have a home. For now. Is that all right for you all?
Of course.
Alfred?
Why are you asking me?
Because you're a builder. I think you have a say in it.
It's fine with me.
Grab your things, everyone, and follow me. It's time we put a roof over our heads.
And thus Tom Builder had finally found work. Little did we know then that it wouldn't last for long.
Господи, какие мы молодцы, а?
It's good you sent your brother to tell your flock in St. John's about your nomination. If you'd gone yourself, they might not have let you leave again.
There is a good chance I will return to St. John's after the election today.
Why so pessimistic?
Many of the brothers still want Remigius to become prior.
Philip.
Yes?
There was an incident with one of our...
What kind of...
Remigius caned him. He was bleeding all over.
He could barely walk, but walk he did. We called out for him, but he did not turn around.
He ran away?
He is not the first. And it wasn't the first time Brother Marcus was punished either.
Brother Marcus?
Yes, he stole my keys and food. You...
I did, but he is practically...
Remigius.
Last year he hit a novice. The poor soul became deaf.
Tell me, Philip, what will be the first...
We must not care.
No, no.
Deus caritas.
I remember that I found words carved. A brother named Thomas wrote them.
Thomas?
Yes, he left as well.
It was the same as with Brother Mark.
Remigius.
Yes.
I will talk to him about it, no matter if I'm elected.
You cannot go in there.
What was that?
Who are these people?
Hey!
Step back. Step back, I said.
What is going on out there?
Soldiers?
Did they start a war again? Those fools.
Philip! It's Francis. They have Francis.
Francis.
Так, на этом интересном моменте мы закончим. Это уж точно. Ну что, всем спасибо за игру. Приходите еще. Вот. Ну, пока точно не могу сказать, когда будет видос. Ну, если что, он записывается. Можете в любой момент зайти посмотреть. Спасибо, что были со мной. Всем до скорого. Пока.